This segment is about what did not make into the first part of an accidental obstetrician that I posted about a week ago. There are so many scenes I wanted to write, but this particular scene, I think now that I left it out, I want to talk about. So imagine 1960s. I was 7 years old, and I was enrolled into Cheonggye Elementary School. And I can smile about it now, but Cheonggye, where my paternal grandparents lived, is 2 bus rides from where I lived. And I have no idea why I was enrolled into that school. First of all, I was never going to get there by myself, which means my halmeoni. And in 1960s, schools went for 6 days a week, Monday through Saturday. Can you imagine? 6 days a week. So my poor halmeoni, holding my hand, 2 bus rides from Miyari to Cheonggye. Now, in 1960s, the main mode of transportation in Seoul was buses. So during rush hour, in the morning and in the afternoon, these buses were packed. Every bus had a driver and an attendant. And the attendant would take either a ticket or money. And once everyone got on the bus, especially our stop in Miyari, I'm not even sure how we got on, but to squeeze everyone on, the bus attendant would grab 2 sides of the door and she would just push everyone into the bus. And I swear the bus driver usually, as the bus took off from the stop, would swing the bus just enough so that everyone kind of fell in to the one side. That was the bus ride. And I needed 2 of those to go from Miyari to Cheonggye. And I was an introvert, very shy boy. I was always an introvert. Even now I am, I think. But from the very first day, imagine a scene. So typical Korean schools, usually 3, 4, 5-story building. A school would have 1 or 2, and the playground was usually dirt, and you'll have soccer post and maybe the tracks around it. But in typical fashion, Cheonggye Elementary School was one of those. And a typical classroom had 60, 70, 80 kids with desks like this, 2 students per desk. And I was given a desk mate. But from the very first day on, I would cry. Not just cry, but bawling, sobbing, because I was scared and I didn't see halmeoni. So the teacher said, "Boy, why are you crying?" And I would just say, "Halmeoni, I just want my halmeoni." And there was no way out. And I think the teacher knew that she was not going to win the battle. So from the very first day on, guess who sat next to me? My halmeoni. So I sat here, my halmeoni sat to my right. 6 days a week. You know, and the school was all day long. And we would have to pack lunch because there's no classroom and no lunchroom, right? So halmeoni would pack lunch in usually aluminum tin container. I remember these were yellow aluminum, like a canisters, where we would have rice and kimchi. And usually school supplied a beverage. As I recall, it was barley tea. We drank a lot of barley tea. It was supposed to be good, I guess, boiled barley tea. So imagine halmeoni packed lunch, and she had to pack extra because she was having lunch with me, right? That was my halmeoni. And from very early on, growing up without TV, we didn't have a radio until I think I was older, but no TV for the first 12 years of my life. So my source of entertainment was books. And I read a lot. And I also read manhwa. Manhwa is Korean version of manga. And who doesn't like to read manga? So that was my first 6 months of elementary school, first grade from Miyari to Cheonggye. But I think after 6 months, everyone got tired, including my halmeoni. It was a lot of work. And like I said, rush hour in the morning and the afternoon or evening, it wasn't easy. It was so crowded. So finally, I was transferred from Cheonggye Elementary School to Sungdok Elementary School, which was about 15-20 minute walk from my home. But there, I didn't need halmeoni. I grew out of that phase. But my halmeoni, for the first 6 months of my elementary school, as I would sit here, my halmeoni to my right, I would hold her hand.